Hey, I just want to I just want to let you guys know because I just woke up like 5 minutes ago. Went to check my channel, saw that my most recent video, the Bayverse Optimus and Megatron review, it got copyrighted. Now I don't know why because I believe that TF2 music I used is fair use, and I have already checked the caretaker. It is not copyrighted. It's from like the fucking 1920s. So if I just have to give credit to Val, I guess I give you credit. I don't know how the fuck to do that. But I'm gonna try reposting the video on like a fucking throwaway account. And if it still says copyright, then I'll just have to remove the TF2 music. Alright, bye.
Humans have asked us to play by their rules. Well, the rules have just changed.
Yes, I know these figures are years old. Don't yell at me in the comments. The music that played here was copyrighted, so no music here, just my voice. Get used to it. Today we will be reviewing Transformers Last Night Voyager Class Megatron and Optimus Prime. This Megatron I actually got from my grandma years after the film released in like 2023. But it's still a really good figure. Sadly, I don't have a sword. I did get the leader class one, but that thing fucking sucks and all the pegs broke on it. But I do have one of its fireballs, so if you could, I guess, have it as like a club for Megatron, but that just looks kind of goofy. You can have it plug into his fusion cannon. Sadly, the peg's too big, so you can't have that. Good, but you can just have this figure in general because it's still a good figure, even without his one accessory. Great painting and great can't talk, and great sculpting. Now, I don't like many Michael Bay designs, as in, I don't believe that should be a character like Starscream. You're telling me that is supposed to be, you're telling me this is supposed to be this? It just doesn't make sense, but it's a great design on its own. Megatron, on the other hand, I actually accept this as to be a Megatron, because Megatron is supposed to be dark and menacing. Like how many other comics depict him as just evil in general. Of course, I do love myself a good story about Megatron's redemption and how he becomes good and his true story. But I also like myself once in a while a truly evil Megatron like this one. I also love how they remade him into a knight, kind of like Optimus. Now, of course, some people don't like this design, some people don't even like The Last Night in general, but I fucking love that movie. But I also like this design, and I can actually accept this as to be Megatron. But not only do I accept this as being Megatron, it also can capture many poses to be Megatron. Rotation at the head. You can look up that far and down that far. Arm can move out. 360, well, 360, whatever the fuck it's called. Rotation. Bend, very good bend at the elbow. Fucking light, goddamn. There we go. Bend at the elbow. And there's a bend like this at the wrist. I don't know what the fuck you'd use that for, but it's for transformation anyway. And same shit on the other side. You can also do this, which I do like to use it, like he's shooting from a side. I think that is pretty cool. But, you know, use it if you want to use it. No waist swivel. That's fine because of its transformation. And I can live without it. He can kick. He even has some skirt posability. It can move up and down. And the side skirts can move sideways and backwards. You can move back that far. Bend the knee. Even better bend if you spoil the transformation a bit, but it doesn't allow much more. You can count this as a banana foot if you want to get him like in a pose like this, I guess. But I don't necessarily count it. And a really good pivot, which allows this guy to hold all sorts of poses, anything you want him to hold. And I would do more last night reviews. That would probably be the first one I did if I actually had more of the characters. Sadly, the only characters I actually have from the movie is the Optimus, Megatron, shitty other figures of it, and Hound, but he's missing his hat and a lot of his stuff, so I don't want to review it. Unless you like and subscribe and actually make me able to make money, putting my money back into the channel, yada yada. I know when I always mention money, it sounds like I'm just doing this for money. I'm not. I legitimately want to review good figures and release it to the public. And I also want this channel to be a staple of like, you should be a YouTuber too, because sometimes there's no other options but to be a online content creator if you don't really do any job. Me personally, I don't like to interact with people. So that's why I was like, be a YouTuber. So that's what I'm gonna try to do now. And let's say, if we hit 500 subscribers, once we get to 500 subscribers, wherever the top comment says, maybe not that. Whatever one of the comments says is what, like, whatever favorite comment I see is what I will do. But all in all, the figure's posability is great. But now time to actually transform him. So I can move back and forth, but I don't see you using this in posability, but you do have to move it back for transformation. And here is the jet mode. This is a feat of Transformers engineering in itself. I fucking loved how they made the chest just collapse into the back, how this untabbed and became the back of the plane. I love how they did that and not just left it all clumped up here. Really love the engineering and love that was put into this. Wish they did that for the Leader Class one, but yeah, we don't talk about that one. The back doesn't really even look that bad. Of course, and the only noticeable piece of kibble, if you're actually looking from the plane up here, is the feet. But I like to consider these could be like thrusters in a weird way. Now, of course, the bottom looks like Kibble City, like the chest and head being right there. But you know, that's spectated for pretty much every jet mode. All in all, this figure is great. 10 out of 10. This motherfucking Optimus Prime is probably the greatest one I own. Yeah, it's me again. Same situation here for Optimus. Get fucked. And was actually one of the first Optimus Primes I actually did ever own. So, when I say this is a great figure, take it with the slightest bit of bias. Because I had this when I lived in a really, broken down trailer. But now I live in this beautiful house. So this figure definitely has sentimental value to me. And I fucking love it. Now, some people do have complaints of leg kibble and the kibble around this. It's a Voyager class figure. All Transformers are gonna have kibble. Except for those legacy ones. God fucking damn legacy. It just shows how far we've come from the 2017 one. This movie was back in 2017. Anyway, I honestly really like the leg kibble. I think it adds more to the character. Of course, the back kibble can be annoying, but I don't really mind it. Now, you may be wondering, if you actually own this figure, why do I not have his Cheeto sword? I either lost or I broke it. So, I just found this random Energon sword I had, and I gave it to him, and now this is his sword. Yeah, that is pretty much it for this sword accessory. That's also why you see this little area right here under his fucking crotch. Because the sword would slide into there, and then that's where you would store it in the truck mode. Brilliant, but I can't do it. He does come with a shield, which I did keep, and I'm really glad I did, because I fucking love just the design of this shield, and how it also doubles as a gun. I love that in the movie, in Age of Extinction, of course. And just the detail put into it. I think if some guy went into this and started like painting a bunch of details into every Last Night figure in general, that'd be amazing. I wonder why we didn't get studio series of Last Night figures. Great mystery. Put his accessories to the side, so now we get to the main course. Painting on the sculpting of the figure is incredible. And like Megatron, I do not mind this design. I also really like Optimus Prime being a knight. I like the idea of that. Because there was one continuity where it was like the knight. There was something with the Knights of Cybertron and Primes being knights, I think. But I do really like this design, and I can accept it as being Optimus. And you can always tell it's Optimus with the iconic head shape. But I do want to make you aware of this. Be careful of these goddamn slag and shoulder pads. Because I tore apart my entire room just to find out the other one was downstairs. Because these things just fall off. Yeah. They're really easy to lose. Also, this thing, like, you pull on it and it pops off. Feeling where the fuck is his dick? And the back, of course, the back is a bunch of kibble, but I don't really like the back. I don't know. It just looks appealing to me. Also, these areas on the armor of this kibble, I just like that kind of as a design. Ugh, but the design is also begging to be posed. Head can look left or right. It can't do 360 rotation because of the arm part right here. Well, you can look up that far and down that far. Oh, like I said, easy to fall off. Rotation at the waist. Megatron would never know it. Arm can move out, including the shoulder pad, which is on like a ball joint thing. I don't know, but it can move in all sorts of places, but you may break it along the way. It's fine. It's blood, sweat, and tears. Come on. Oh, I have it on the wrong way. Isn't it lovely? For the longest time, I actually had this all the wrong way. Make sure the big ball joint part is inward towards the head, not outward, or else it's fucked. Anyway. Rotation at the bicep. You can also sew this off if you, I don't know, want them to give them battle damage or something. Bend at the elbow. Very good bend at the elbow, too. I did also break this piece. I have owned this guy for years now, because 2017 was, I don't know how long years ago. Time is an illusion. But you can kick. Move back that far. If you actually untab the kilo up here, you can move back even further. Of course, this can move up and down like you've seen many of times. Bend the knee. Come on, focus, you son of a bitch. And rotation at the thigh. No pivot. Makes sense because of transformation. But you don't really need a pivot for this guy because of how fucking great it is. And the fact that, one, it's Optimus Prime, and two, this figure in general, how it was made, how it was sculpted, is amazing. And he looks great alongside with Megatron and pretty much any other figure in the Last Night line, but sadly, like I've stated, I don't have them. Anyway, now this design also has a great vehicle mode. Yeah, these can also pop off because they sometimes get stuck on the peg, or I'm just taking them off wrong, but you can just pop them back on. You want to pull at where the peg is so that it actually does unpeg. Great back to your show, by the way. Yeah, the sword would slide into this sheath right here. Fucking badass. Another reason why it sucks to lose the sword, because this fucking thing doesn't fit. want to make sure this area here does get pegged into the legs, or else everything else is gonna look fucking ugly. Yeah, don't put too much force in that. They're on ball joints, so they're gonna break easily. Oh, God. Come on, you son of a bitch. You're on camera now. Okay, here we have the truck mode. Perfectly, and I mean perfectly, captured the design, not just from Last Night, but also from Age of Extinction, my favorite movie. Of Bayverse. But perfectly captures the design. The only bit of kibble you could really see is the legs right here, and I guess this sheath. But after all of that, the rest of the kibble is hid in this. I guess you would technically count this as a shell forming, but the rest of the kibble is under here. But it does roll really well. It looks fucking great too. Love how they did the flames and everything. Now, for me, when I own this figure, the front always split apart. It's mainly because you have to be gentle, make sure the arms aren't fucked up, and make sure everything is in the right place so that they will actually peg in. And then, this front part is splitting. And it's perfectly fine, and it just makes that figure 100 times better. This figure, even better than a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, whatever the max percentage it can be, this is that figure. Now, of course, I do have some bias towards that, but overall, this figure is great. Overall, both of these figures are amazing, and I will recommend buying them both. And it's worth it, in my opinion at least. Now, I don't know how much they actually go for nowadays, because I'm not on eBay, Amazon, or any of that shit, because I already own the figures. But I recommend picking it up any way you can get them, even if it involves going on the black market and selling your left kidney for $10,000. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I have too many fucking kids.
I can take them.